apologies that like MySpace is in here. Don't. I'm not actually trying to tell you to go on MySpace. I was really more trying to graphically show how much crap is out there. So there's questions you should be asking yourself and your room, whether you're a leadership role or just a person within the newsroom. Who are you trying to reach? Most important question beyond anything. And some of the main platforms I'm going to be talking about who's on there. So if you're trying to reach the 25 to 45, what does that mean? Is it Snapchatting, or is it Twitter, or should you just be owning Facebook, right? What are they using? Would they respond better to a brand or an individual? The RGJ, we have experience really trying to brand our reporters individually, as well as having some brand accounts. How much you do this definitely depends on your resources, but it's really good because Facebook, we're not just trying to shout at people, we're actually trying to converse with them. So when I try to launch social moments, those moments that can get more engagement naturally than any other post in that day, it can be as benign as like, it's National Dog Day, and like everyone loves dogs, and so they'll all post the photos of their dogs in that feed. I thank them. I go through each one. I'm like, Susie Q is adorable. Thank you for the photo, or whatever I say. You know, I don't want anyone's dog to seem more adorable than the other. We're trying to be unbiased here, but you want to engage with people, and that ranges from trolls to like people who want to share things with you. You know, are we just filling in a time slot because we feel like we have to say something, or are we actually targeting the right content for the right people? Also, you have, I think it's called followers or people. It'll tell you, like, you have mostly women following you. They are usually online at this time, on this day. They also like horses, or whatever, and it'll actually give you some insights into the types of people, as Facebook sees it, that are following you, which is super helpful, especially when you're trying to nail down your voice. It's more personable, and especially if you're trying to reach the 24 to 34. Us millennials, I'll put myself into this, we have a bullshit radar like 15 miles wide, right? So you cannot bullshit us. Don't try, we'll be turned off and we'll never engage with you. So you really want to kind of play with different things, types of posts, voice, keep it concise, and see which ones work. You got to experiment and actually measure it after. I can speak for the RGJ newsroom, but I can also speak in a wider sense, because when you look at, there's a chart in the Insights tool where you can see that kind of growing of like, this is when people come online, this is when your followers are online, and then at 9 they all go to bed, or whatever, they drop off. I would target within that time frame. If you feel like you have to be 24/7 just because someone might be awake at 3 a.m., that's not the best resource. So you want to see that kind of, that graph of your followers. I'll try to play with that at the end and see if I can pull some random things. But I experiment with it when we were first kind of delving into this. In 2012 we had 3,000 followers. We now have 52,000 followers that have been able to grow organically. And I started in a place of like, well, we only post a couple times a day, so I'm just going to do 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, we've got to be in it to win it. And even though it was crazy, that's what I did. And then when I realized like that maybe actually isn't getting as much engagement as we think, let's try every half hour. We tried that. For the RGJ, during the intense times that our followers are online, we do try to be about every half hour, but I'd rather have a post that's doing fantastic, let it kind of hang out, and then wait an hour. There's no like, must be every half hour, fill the slot with crap, who cares? It has to be like, you don't have anything that's worth it, just wait an hour. So I would say at least every hour.
Okay, yeah, because we don't have this.
In case you missed it, puppies were adopted at the Humane Society, and it was adorable, and you see this gallery of a million puppies, or whatever. Usually valid things are going to be better than random puppy things, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, in case you missed it, it's definitely something we practice. I think it's important because you want to start, as you get more comfortable with it, you want to experiment with those times of day. Like, I'm a user, because user Karen and journalist Karen don't always talk to each other. I just want to do this, but I really try to remind myself of how I engage with media too. So when I wake up at 6 a.m., I probably would want to hear about that story that broke at 6 p.m. the day before, in case you missed it. Tweet on Saturday and Sunday. Don't avoid the weekends. Engagement is 17% higher on the weekends than it is on the weekdays.
At first it's like, oh, what? But think about it, like I have more time to just, if I'm bored on 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, I might go to my Twitter feed. I might interact more with things. The right hashtag is key, but limit yourself to at most 2. So if you start loading up with 4 or 5 hashtags, there actually is a place for that. I'll get to that platform in a minute. But if you load it up, you're going to look desperate. No one wants to look desperate on Twitter, right?